got my spliff, I got my coffee. Got some fucked up shit. Fucked up things, bro. Fucked up things. Don't kill this motherfucker yet. I know, you know, I'm fucking talking to you. Don't kill him yet. Don't. Just don't. And I'll get to why in a second. I got my thing here to bun, and that'll straighten my brain out, and then the words will come out straight. Coffee over here. Alright. Yo, no news. Motherfucker, yeah, let's do this.
The government is seeking views through an online questionnaire now closing January 27th on how the law should be changed. Traffic and weather together next.
CK News Time 250.
Hi, it's Ivanka Osmak. Normally, I'm a sports anchor for
Do I gotta
Sportsnet,
call them up
but
and ask them
today I'm
what's wrong?
spreading the news about Sleep Country's Aqua Gel pillow. To be honest, I'd never even heard of a gel pillow before their sleep experts suggested I try it out, and I'm glad they did. The pillow is so comfortable. It's made with a water-based gel, so it's a
Alright, this motherfucker threw blood in my fucking face yesterday. I got blood spots on my fucking clothes and things. I don't know what the fuck the deal is with this guy to fucking do this shit with me. So this puts me in a position. All this shit happened on video, not just the fucking shit on my phone. Oh, there's 6 fucking cameras on this fucking spot of a man chasing me around, fucking yelling at me, stab me, stab me, stab me. What the fuck are you talking about? The next thing I know, he's fucking bleeding, screaming at me about something I did, and he's fucking throwing blood at me and shit. He's yelling, stab me, but he's on 6 fucking cameras chasing me around. He's telling me to do this and that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So before I go deal with the fucking one time, I gotta fucking burn this thing and get my fucking head straight. I'm not interested in filing a fucking assault charge, eh? What I don't want one day for his family to get money from his estate and my family to not get money from mine. Fuck that. Whatever the fuck he just sprayed in my fucking face, he's gonna pay for it. He ain't got nothing now, but I don't mean he won't have nothing later, right? Man, some type of sex offender or some shit. I don't want to make too much in the way of accusations at the moment. Yo, do I got a lighter? A light. So I'm gonna bun this thing and then I'm gonna walk up there. Oh yes, me not talking to them on the phone. Fuck that. That's how they fucking ignore shit. And your number gets fucking hot listed and shit. Fuck that. I'm going in person. And I'm recording, motherfuckers. I'm recording. Because I'm allowed to. It's a public access place. There's no expectation of privacy. And it's illegal to stop someone from recording. So you got videos of me being beat up and cut up with a fucking knife and things because I took a picture of my own building. And they're quite clearly saying, you took a picture of something. They're telling me I'm under arrest, blah, blah. I said, I have the key in my hand. I don't know what the fuck they're arresting me for, right? I literally come in the door of my building and the next thing I'm being jumped by cops, right? By the way, the word hey, hey, hey is not a lawful order. Yelling hey don't mean nothing. I'm not a horse. I don't give a fuck about hey. And see how I'm talking? This is why I gotta bun this thing, and then I'll be straight enough to go deal with the fucking cops. Eh? Fucking idiots. Fucking idiots. And the man ain't nothing to fucking inform on, so I don't know why you running around telling people, oh, you're an informant. You're an informant on what? You're a fucking nobody, yeah. I know this happened with the police fucking here. How the fuck they didn't do something already? See what I'm saying, man? This is fucking bullshit. And I know what you're gonna say. Go to the hospital, get 17 days of antiretroviral drugs. No, that's against my fucking system. So whatever happened to me yesterday happened. It's too fucking late for that. We'll have a business report in a minute, right? What blows my mind, if you side with the white supremacists, the police will show up. Okay, fine. And let's not talk about them not showing up on time and all those things. That shit happens, but that's another story. And they will immediately start their investigating process and grabbing people and fucking going through their shit and fucking, oh, we're gonna file a charge of this and do this and that and blah 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 blah. If you're the right fucking skin color and race and all that shit, or if you at least identify the right way, you know. You'll notice if you were to watch every time over and over, these guys are jumping me, the cops jumping me, the words "you're white" always comes out of their mouth for some reason. I don't know how you start a conversation with someone you don't even know with, "Hey, you're white." What exactly did you pull me over for, officer? I'm white. That's great. Even if that was true, what the fuck did you stop me for? You know, fucking. Which has to do with enfranchisement. They want to go on the record and say I enfranchised myself. Because if I keep going, yeah, I'm white, then I'm effectively enfranchised, which is a legal thing in Canada. It's an actual legal process in Canada. There's Indian status and there's enfranchisement. And I won't go for that. It's to extinguish land rights. They're trying to pretend like the Supreme Court already said, I don't need a status card to be an Indian. And the Supreme Court also said separately, 2 separate rulings, that they have to give me the status card. They have to give it back to me. They can't refuse to give it to me. They ain't sent it to me yet. So I'm not required to apply for it. The court never said that. The court said the government has to give me the fucking card. They ain't done it yet. But I'm supposed to pretend I'm white because some fucking cop tells me I'm white. He's a municipal employee yet. Business report. Tell us about the money, brethren.
For fossil fuel companies. A reporter asked Mnuchin if that would be a threat to U.S. economic growth.
The blood spots, I know you can't see them, but I can see them. This jacket, I'm not going to come back with, is staying at the cop shop.
She can come back and explain that to us. Well, Greta was quick to reply to Mr. Mnuchin on Twitter, saying, quote, "My gap year ends in August, but it doesn't take a college degree in economics to realize that ongoing fossil fuel subsidies and investments don't add up." Well, speaking of fossil fuels, we have the price for oil on the move today, and it is
Borrowed money, agreeing that you could
Texas
never declare bankruptcy.
Price since late November.
You're not that smart.
That virus now, which is spreading, has raised worry about the global economy slowing and energy demand weakening. Could the virus crimp travel after all? That's why we've been seeing a lot of pressure the last few days on airline stocks. And of course, airlines have a big consumer of fuel and could cramp train travel and even some cargo ship travel. So all of those corporations, big users of oil and other fuel products. So that's why we're seeing the price lower.
Cargo ship travel? What are you talking about?
It is up just a point, 17,601. And we're seeing a little bit of weakness for the energy stocks with the drop for oil. A little bit of weakness for the raw materials and for some of the healthcare related concerns as well. On Wall Street, the Dow's down 19. 29,166. The S&P little change is up a point. The NASDAQ picking up 16 points on the session right now. Investors are buying gold. The yellow metal's up $6 to $1,563 the ounce. Yeah, we talked about the lower price for oil. Gasoline prices always come to mind, and our 680 News Intro gas price update is calling, sure enough, for a drop of 2 cents a liter here in Toronto tonight. That'll bring the average down to $1.12.9 a liter.
Anyone remember when they insisted the price was going to go up in steps in the future over this Iran thing? Remember that?
On 680 News.
Every small to medium-sized business has one. The IT guy that isn't really an IT guy that everyone depends on to fix their IT problems.
At first, it was no big deal. Just people looking to change a password or print something. Next thing I know, we're talking DDoS attacks, cloud migration, and something called autocation.
Oh boy.
Do you have any idea how much money this company loses every time the server goes down?
As a matter of fact,
Who do these people
have a
think I am?
server?
Some kind of tech head ninja code writing cloud hosting guru?
actually, that sounds exactly like us.
I'm the president.
Oh, by the way, this whole situation, the blood, all this shit, perfect example of why I will walk around wearing a ripped up coat, eh?
Apps on net, and
Wear
we're
nice
when
shit,
it comes
get
to
it
manage
wrecked,
IT
eh?
services for small to medium-sized business.
Go on.
Endpoint support, network security, proactive maintenance,
Cloud hosting?
100%
Guaranteed?
guaranteed.
Sold.
Get the relief you need with IT support from Apps on Net. Visit us online at allgainnopain.ca or call 1-855-255-4667. That's 1-855-ALL-GAIN.
So I got 3 hours before the
Now,
usual
680
shift
News
change.
regional weather conditions for Walmart.
New year, healthy you.
See if they do
Walmart
anything about
knows
this.
wellness. If you need any advice on
I need
healthy
those
choices
videos
this year,
collected,
just
what I
ask
need.
your Walmart pharmacist. This message is brought to you by Pharmascience. In Caledon, partly cloudy and +1. Mississauga, partly cloudy and 1 degree. Hamilton, overcast and 2 degrees. Downtown Toronto right now, overcast and 3 degrees. The News Watch never stops. 680 News is CFTR AM Toronto. It's 3 o'clock.
#1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News, Toronto.
Here are James Monroe and Slijana Tominzis.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, January 23rd.
Here's what's making news this hour.
Toronto police homicide detectives are investigating a suspicious death near Oakwood in St. Clair. A victim found dead inside her home a few days ago, and police are still here at the scene.
You fucking don't tell us shit when it happens, eh? A few days ago, someone got killed. That's wonderful, buddy. Why'd you tell us that?
Organization says so far there is no global health emergency.
We're getting our first peek at the movie that chronicles the scandal that surrounded late Toronto Mayor Rob Ford's life. The trailer for Run This Town is out.
Tonight, the NBA will announce their starters for the All-Star game. Pascal Siakam, a name to watch. Leafs are loaning Jake Muzzin to the Marlies. Sports at 15.
Mixed picture of the main Wall Street markets. Traders selling oil on coronavirus worry. Business at 26.
680 News Time, 3:01.
Traffic and weather together on the ones.
That makes no sense.
This report is brought to you by Queens Smith MBA in Toronto. Eastbound on the 401, that construction on the ramp to the southbound 427 has pretty well wrapped up. Both lanes of that ramp are getting through again. Just watch out for the crews on the right-hand shoulder. They're just packing up their equipment. Eastbound on the 401, it's still going from Mississauga Road to Mavis, then delays from the 427 to the 400 express hand collectors. Also heavy from Keele to Leslie, alternately express hand collectors through there. And if you're heading into the Durham region, it's busy from Westney to east of Salem. Westbound on the 401, the ramp to Thixon remains closed. That's all for a collision investigation. The intersection of Thixon and Consumers is still closed in all directions. No word yet when that's expected to reopen, so expect some delays on the detours. Westbound on the 401, as you're traveling across the city, a pretty decent drive. It's not really that heavy until you get into Mississauga, approaching here Ontario on the collectors to west of Mavis. Southbound on the 404, that's a slow drive from south of Finch onto the 401 ramps. The southbound DVP is lightly traveled. Westbound on the Gardner, that's heavy from the DVP to west of Strawn. And looking at delays on the westbound QEW from Ford Drive to Trafalgar and from Bronte to Walker's Line. Northbound 427, it's filling in from Rexdale to Finch. And you'll find a busy drive up the northbound DVP from Dundas to north of Lawrence. Earn your MBA from Queen Smith School of Business right here in Toronto. Find out more at smithmbaintoronto.com. And now with a look at the forecast, Natasha, this cloud is just so stubborn. Oh, hey, listen, don't expect a whole lot of sunshine until next week. We may get a couple of breaks tonight around midnight, but of course the sun won't be out at that time. So there is going to be a lack of vitamin D here over the next 5 to 7 days. Tonight, though, with the cloud, it is going to stay dry, light winds down to -2.
We're all getting so much fucking. You see how much exposed skin I got? I'm just soaking up the sun rays out there.
3 degrees. That's going to feel cooler with the northeast breeze. But if you're headed out anytime after 6, 7 p.m., we've got rain, which could even be heavy at times through Friday evening. Overnight tonight, we're down to a low of -2 degrees. It is now +2 degrees at Pearson. 680 News Time 3:03.
Breaking news from St. Clair West. Homicide on the scene at a house near St. Clair and Oakwood after the discovery of a woman's body Monday.
680's Mark Douglas joins us live from the scene with what he's hearing. Mark.
Well, Slojana, a woman is dead and a boy has been charged with second-degree murder. Toronto police telling me moments ago the accused is too young to be identified, so the spokesperson from police cannot confirm if the accused is actually the son of the victim, 54-year-old Julia Matthews. This neighbor here on Atlas Avenue near St. Clair tells me Julia and her son live here at this house where Julia was found dead Monday night.
Nice people, very nice people. Very, very nice people.
Lived quietly, never had any trouble?
Never.
Did you know of?
Never. It's really a shock to me, and I am still trying to recover from such a bad news.
The police spokesperson also tells me officers came out to this house Monday night to conduct a wellness check on Julia Matthews after getting some information about this address in question. The coroner came to the scene as well and deemed suspicious, and again, a young person has now been charged with second-degree murder. There was some question about how long the victim had been dead, but I am also told by police that this is being classified as a homicide in 2020, not in 2019, but the victim had been deceased for quite a while before her remains were discovered. Reporting live near Oakwood in St. Clair, I'm Mark Douglas.
680 News Time 3:05. They're not ready to sound the alarm just yet. The World Health Organization says a viral illness in China that has sickened hundreds and killed more than a dozen is not yet a global health emergency. Here's 680's Irene Preclett.
After meeting for 2 days, the World Health Organization says it is too early to declare a global public health emergency over the virus. The WHO says almost 600 cases have been reported, most in China. In China, several cities are in lockdown as officials try to contain the virus. Our federal health minister, Patty Hajdu, says several people in Canada are being monitored for the coronavirus from China, but she says the risk to Canadians from the illness remains low.
I believe it's 5 or 6, I believe. One person has been cleared of having the virus, and but they're monitoring the others. There was a case in Vancouver, I believe, and also Quebec.
So far, no confirmed cases in Canada. I'm Irene Preclett. 680 News Time 3:06. While the World Health Organization continues to monitor the spread of the new coronavirus, financial experts are warning about the potential economic cost of a global outbreak. 680's Richard Southern joins us live from the Business Center with that. Richard.
Yes, Leanna, that's the other big half of the story. And it's still too early to really assess any economic impact. But experts say if the virus continues to spread, economies will take a hit, especially China's, which as of late has struggled to grow as quickly as it has been over the past 10 years or so. The best example we have to look at is SARS in 2003, and Avery Shenfeld, economist at CIBC, said that did hit Canada's economy.
There was definitely one quarter where it registered a material.
That should happen twice. I don't know about the rest of the world, but here it happened twice.
Traveling less. It was only a quarter, so it came and went pretty quickly. It didn't have a lasting damage on the growth of the country.
There is one company that could benefit from the coronavirus epidemic, and that's Netflix. It stopped taking off today, as experts say more people may be staying home and watching Netflix. Reporting live, Richard Southern, 680 News.
This portion of the news brought to you by the Herzig Eye Institute. The Rob Ford story is coming to a big screen near you. 680's Mo McCrashy is the latest on the release of Run This Town.
The movie is called Run This Town. It chronicles the life of late Toronto Mayor Rob Ford and the crack scandal that surrounded his life and the reporters who broke the story. The teaser runs only a minute and a half. It has very little dialogue. You only get one quick glimpse at Damian Lewis's portrayal as Mayor Rob Ford. I've been going around Nathan Phillips Square showing people the trailer and asking them if they have any interest in seeing the movie. Garland tells me he was only in grade 7 when the scandal hit, so he will go check it out.
Yeah, I definitely would, because I didn't really understand what was going on at the time. Right. So it would be pretty interesting to go in and
actually know what was happening and what he was up to.
The movie comes out in March. I'm Omen Qureshi.
680 News Time 308. Metrolinx is reaching out to the public as it moves ahead with plans for the new 16-kilometer Ontario Line subway. It's hosting 4 open houses over the next few days in the areas of the city that would be affected by this new line. The first one is at the Ontario Science Centre tonight from 6:30 to 8:30. The Provincial Transit Agency says the route will help shape transit in the heart of Toronto and will help ease crowding on TTC's Line 1, the Yonge University subway line.
And it appears the former CEO of the TTC has had enough. The Big Apple, Andy Byford, has quit as head of the New York City transit system. He's been on the job for nearly 2 years. He's been credited with making significant progress, but he and New York's governor did not see eye to eye on the future of the system. Coming up in 30 seconds, latest problems on the streets and big move at the pumps.
680 News Time 309.
This is Toronto's
Keep
680
the
News.
traffic moving.
Why
That's
did I
all this
wait
city's
so long?
about.
Our patients tell us that all the
New
time
York's
at the
not that
Herzig Eye
different.
Institute. I'm Cherry Tab, co-founder of the Herzig Eye Institute. And Dr. Herzig and I want to ask you,
I
why
can't believe I have
have
to
you
go
waited
deal with
so
these
long?
motherfuckers over
You
this
could finally be
bullshit.
free from glasses, contacts,
There's blood
even reading
spots all over my
glasses.
fucking
Google
clothes and
high
shit.
definition vision. Learn about Herzig. Call us for a consultation. There's no charge. Afterwards, you'll say, why did I wait so long? Look after yourself. Promise me.
City streets happening now around town in Newmarket. Police are responding to a crash at Yonge and Davis Drive and in Whitby. The intersection of Thixon and Consumers remains closed for collision investigation.
City Streets was brought to you by Don Valley North Toyota, the dealership that powers 680 News reporters. Check out their 50-vehicle showroom. Not a bad place to get lost. Don Valley North Toyota, Steeles, just east of the 404.
Now, 680 News gas price update. Enpro predicts the price will drop 2 cents at midnight to $1.12.9. Coming up in 60 seconds, traffic and weather together.
680 News Time 310.
Happy Chinese New Year! Mandarin is back with our Dumpling Festival for a limited time. Celebrate Chinese New Year in style. Favorite dumplings like beef pot stickers, siumai, har gao, and tasty banana dumplings for dessert. Plus, choose from other Chinese New Year features added to our award-winning buffet of over 100 dishes. Don't miss it. Chinese New Year at Mandarin ends February 23rd, while supplies last.
A celebration of taste, Mandarin. For most, the new year is about making changes, wiping the slate clean, and starting fresh. And this is exactly what Lando Lighting is doing. Announcing Lando Lighting's January sale. They've dramatically reduced the prices on their in-stock inventory in order to make room for some exciting new arrivals. Save up to 50% on all indoor and outdoor lighting fixtures for your home. Lando Lighting's January Wipe the Slate Clean sale on now. 210 Clarence Street, Brampton. 680 News Time 311.
Traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carrie.
This report is brought to you by Aaronwood Ford. I'm looking at a vehicle fire right now on the eastbound 401, just east of Kennedy in the Express. It's on the right shoulder, fully engulfed in flames, and emergency crews just getting to the scene. Fire crews have taken out the left lane of the collectors here, eastbound 401, east of Kennedy, and they are working on getting that put out. There they go. The hoses already in motion, and eastbound on the 401. Now, first off, it's still going from Mississauga Road to Mavis. Then we have delays from the 427 to the 400 express and collectors, and it slows again from the Allen alternately express and collectors. Now, with this new problem east of Kennedy, mainly affecting the express and collector lanes, it's getting jammed up from Warden in both the express and collectors, and it looks like they have that pretty much under control. That smoke quickly turning to white, so that's a good indication. If you're traveling into the Durham region, eastbound 401, that's busy from Westney to east of Salem. Westbound on the 401, the ramp to Thixon remains closed. That's for a collision investigation, which is actually taking place at Thixon and Consumers. So the intersection of Thixon and Consumers is all shut down. Westbound 401, as you travel across the city, it's not too bad. Heading into Mississauga, we have heavier volume from approaching here Ontario and the collectors to west of Mavis. Northbound on the Don Valley Parkway, that's busy from Dundas to north of Lawrence, and a slow go westbound on the Gardner QEW combination. Delays from the DVP to west of Strawn, from Kipling and the collectors to the 427 ramp, and then it's slow from Fort Drive to Trafalgar and from Bronte to Walker's Line. People from everywhere are buying online at AaronWoodFord.com, saving money and saving time. Just click and save. Buy your car online at AaronWoodFord.com. And now with the forecast, here's Natasha Ramsa. Hi. Got a messy weekend here ahead of us, so let's enjoy the dry weather tonight. Mainly cloudy down to a low -2. Still overcast tomorrow with a high of 3 degrees. Now it is going to feel cooler tomorrow, that 3, just because that northeast wind is a bit stronger, up to 30 kilometers per hour. And then anytime after about 6, 7 p.m. So we've moved the start time of that rain up a little bit. It's going to continue to be rain, even heavy at times through Friday evening. And that rain continues overnight into Saturday morning. But as temperatures Saturday fall from 3 degrees down to 1, wind chill -4, we're going to start mixing in some wet snow into that, and we'll likely pick up a couple of centimeters of slushy accumulation Saturday night. Overnight tonight, we're down to a low of -2 degrees. It is now 2 degrees at Pearson. 680 news time, 3:13.
Now Scotia iTrade Market Minute, the Business Center, Richie.
Hey there, Jamie. TSX, not doing much. No big moves for the benchmarks here this afternoon. Base trade's up just 3 points. The more interesting moves are in the energy market, where traders for a second day are selling oil, and it's tied to the coronavirus. Thinking is, if travel's crimped, if economy's slow, you're going to have the need for less oil. And so it's down more than $1, $55.55. Dow's down 21. NASDAQ up 16 points. Canadian dollar trades at 76.18 cents US. That's your Market Minute. This is 680 News.
You end up spending more money when you're sick.
Get up to $1,500 cash and $6.99 pricing, or up to 500 free equity trades.
Spend money on healthcare if no ambulances run on gas.
When Lana Duke, owner of Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, wanted to grow sales and brand awareness in the GTA, she used the combined power of 680 News.
They always got a story as to why things are going to happen, but the fact is, when things go bad, the economy goes up, not down. Spend more money. I know it sounds fucked up. Oil spills are good for the economy because they spend more money cleaning it up. It don't make sense, but that's how it actually works.
It's natural to buy 680 News and Sportsnet 590 The Fan, because advertising on both of them allows us to reach our total audience.
So the two-station combination is working for you?
For years and years, there's nothing stronger than radio doing it consistently. So I knew that 680 News and Sportsnet 590 The Fan would just be a powerhouse for us. It's definitely working. Definitely go with both, and it'll come back to you tenfold. I couldn't honestly tell you that in 22 years.
Okay, Lana, I gotta ask. Can you do the catchphrase for us?
Come hungry, darling.
Get 680 News and Sportsnet 590 The Fan working for you. Visit 680ads.com. This is all News Radio. 680 News.
Cloudy skies in downtown Toronto, 2 degrees at Pearson. Good afternoon from the 680 News Broadcast Center. I'm James Monroe.
I'm still Janet Savincic. Here's the top stories right now.
With breaking news from St. Clair West, a 54-year-old woman found dead in her home near St. Clair and Oakwood Monday night, and now it's a homicide investigation. The victim deceased for some time before she was found.
5 days later, it's a homicide investigation.
680 News is there. And a little relief at the pumps. Enpro predicts the price coming down 2 cents at midnight. Full traffic and weather in seconds.
Guys make fun of this country sometimes and the way things are wrong, but when you actually hear this shit, it's real life. 5 days now to homicide, but she's been dead for weeks or some shit.
Siakam could be named an NBA All-Star for the first time this evening when the starters are announced. Pascal was ranked second among East front-court players in the latest fan vote. Raptors go for a 6th straight win tomorrow against the Knicks. Continues to look like Jake Muzzin will return to the Leaf Blue Line Monday in Nashville. Muzzin has been sent to the Marlies to get his conditioning up. Marlies played twice in Cleveland this weekend. Off to round one of the Farmers Insurance Open from Torrey Pines, and at the moment it is John Rahm and Sebastian Kaplan of Denmark tied up top at 4 under par. Tiger Woods was at -1, back to even on the day. He's making the turn. Mackenzie Hughes and Roger Sloan are even as well. Right now in the Premier League, early goal from Jordan Henderson, and Liverpool lead Wolverhampton 1-0 now in the 16th minute. And at the Australian Open, it'll be 3 in the morning when Milos Raonic and Stefanos Tsitsipas begin their 3rd round match. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour, or anytime on the home of Tim and Sid, now on TV and radio, Sportsnet 590 The Fan. 680 News Time, 3:17.
Located in the majestic surroundings of Casa Loma, Blue Blood Steakhouse offers an exquisite fine dining experience in a uniquely memorable setting. And now, on Tuesday evenings, your world-class culinary experience will be even more impressive as you enjoy the stunning sounds of the Casa Loma Symphony Orchestra playing live in the Great Hall, led by Maestro Paolo Bassato. Symphony at the Castle, Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. For reservations, visit BlueBloodSteakhouse.com.
The pavement lies before him. A street lamp lights the way. Such steady pace and lane control, his passengers will say, he brought us close together and we've had a merry time. While we drank beer and shooters. He ordered soda with lime. We hope he always joins us as we enjoy his company. A leader, a warrior, a man amongst men. For short, just call him DD. Who's your designated driver?
Arrive Alive Drive Sober and the beer store want you to plan a safe ride home so we all arrive alive.
680 News Time, 3:18.
Prime Minister is urging MPs to move quickly in ratifying the new NAFTA as opposition parties say they will not rubber stamp the deal.
The new NAFTA must be approved resolutely and rapidly. That's the call from Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who says millions of jobs are dependent on improving access to our largest trading partners.
The predictability we have for businesses, for investors, and mostly for workers and families across the country is essential, particularly in a time where the world has gotten less predictable and more challenging in so many ways.
The call comes as the opposition Bloc Québécois and NDP say they will not allow the government to fast-track the trade pact, adding they want extensive studies. The government House leader won't say if they're considering options like time allocation to quickly give the agreement the green light. In this minority parliament, though, the Liberals would need the support of the Conservatives to make that happen. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
This country.
As the Senate moves into the second day of arguments in U.S. President Trump's impeachment trial, the challenge for Democrats is becoming increasingly clear.
For 8 hours yesterday, Adam Schiff and other House impeachment managers hammered home what they say was President Trump's wrongdoing.
His scheme was undertaken for a simple but corrupt reason to help him win re-election in 2020.
With more than a dozen hours still to come, Schiff knows the challenge is to appeal not just to GOP senators, but the public. The evidence may become less compelling when presented again and again.
As an encouraging voice told me, keep it up, but don't keep it up too long.
Here at the White House, spokesman Hogan Gidley says Schiff can keep it up all he wants. The president will be just fine.
The evidence and the facts prove he said nothing wrong.
And the Trump legal team's looking forward to making its case, likely starting Saturday. Sagar Meghani at the White House.
Coming up in 60 seconds, traffic and weather together.
680 News Time, 3:20.
Beautiful and ready for adventure. The Dominican Republic is waiting for you. Enjoy an unforgettable holiday on the famous Caribbean beaches.
Oh, I really don't want to get to deal with this fucking bullshit.
The Dominican Republic has it all. Go to DominicanRepublic.com to discover more.
Some things just don't fit, like an SUV that doesn't suit your lifestyle. That's why Toyota offers the adventure-ready RAV4 with available all-wheel drive. Find the Toyota that's right for you. Lease the 2020 RAV4 all-wheel drive LE for as low as $103 weekly at 5.49% APR for 48 months with $0 down. Or finance from 3.99% APR for 36 months. Visit your local Ontario Toyota dealer or shoptoyota.ca. Some conditions apply.
Follow in the footsteps of Christopher Columbus and discover the beauty of the Dominican Republic. Walk on the beaches of Puerto Plata or explore the capital of Santo Domingo. The Dominican Republic has it all. Go to DominicanRepublic.com to discover more.
680 News Time, 3:21.
Traffic and weather together on the ones, Carrie.
This report is brought to you by 407 ETR. Eastbound on the 401 east of Kennedy in the Express, the right lane remains closed. This is all for vehicle fire cleanup. And in the collectors, the left lane is shut down. So eastbound on the 401 across the city, you'll find volume delays from the 427 to the 400 Express and collectors. For a bit, and then it starts to slow down again around Kiel, alternately Express and collectors to Leslie, and then it is jammed from the DVP and both the Express and collectors, just inching along over to these problems east of Kennedy, affecting both the Express and collectors. Westbound on the 401, the ramp to Thixon remains closed. That's for collision investigation. The intersection of Thixon and Consumers is still shut down always for that investigation, so expect delays along the detour in that area. And westbound on the 401, we have a new problem just before Kiel in the collectors. The right lane is blocked by emergency crews. There's a collision on the right shoulder, so a heavy backup westbound on the 401 from the Allen in the collectors over to Kiel. The express lanes are much lighter through there, but after that it's starting to get busy from the 400 in the express over to Dixon, and then a slow go into Mississauga from the 410 in the collectors to west of Mavis. Traveling the westbound Gardner, that's busy out of downtown from the DVP to west of Strawn, punches up again from Kipling in the collectors to the 427 ramp, and a new problem westbound QEW just west of the 427. The center lane is blocked with a stalled vehicle, so traffic is getting backed up from the 427. And then you'll find busy sections westbound QEW from Ford Drive to Guelph Line. Traffic spotters reporting a collision eastbound on Highway 7 at Kipling. All lanes are blocked. 407 ETR saves drivers 30 million hours of time each year, giving you more time for the things that matter most to you. Visit 407etr.com. And now with the extended forecast, here's Natasha Ramsahai.
All right, another messy weekend ahead. So for now, it's going to be dry, overcast. I may see a couple of breaks in the cloud tonight as we drop to -2, wind chill -6 in the morning. It's another mild day tomorrow, getting up to 3 degrees, mainly cloudy and dry during the day. Just a bit breezy out of the northeast, so that's going to make it feel a little cooler. But it's not until anytime between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. That's the start time for tomorrow's rain. So evening rain, heavy at times, continuing overnight into Saturday. This is a good soaker, 15 to 25 millimeters. And then Saturday, as temperatures fall from 3 down to 1 degree, wind chill -4 by the afternoon. Some of that rain is going to start mixing in with some wet snow. During the day, it's all going to be melting on impact, but Saturday night, that wet snow could give us about 2 to 3, even up to 4 centimeters, especially out through the east end. Sunday morning, that wet snow will then start mixing with rain again because the afternoon high will be 3 degrees, and it'll all start tapering off overnight Sunday. Overnight tonight, though, dry as we drop to -2 degrees. It is now 2 degrees at Pearson.
Coming up at the bottom of the hour, breaking news from St. Clair West. A 54-year-old woman found dead in her home near St. Clair and Oakwood earlier this week. It's now a homicide investigation. 680 News is there.
680 News Time, 3:23.
It's your January Casino Rama Resort concert announcement. Mr. Las Vegas, Wayne Newton, returns with his up-close and personal tour on February 14th. The Australian Bee Gees, February 15th. Actor and comedian Hannibal Buress on February 21st.
I don't want to die before Will Smith, and I missed that awesome Fresh Prince of Bel-Air marathon.
Don't miss Michael Bolton on May 3rd. The Nitty Gritty Dirt Band performs on May 16th, and an evening with Travis Tritt on October 17th. Tickets are on sale now from Ticketmaster. More information at CasinoRama.com.
You could follow a red light on a phone or follow the traffic experts.
In the air and on the ground. We're on the drive with you.
Traffic every 10 minutes on the ones. Traffic alerts at once.
On 680 News.
This portion of the news brought to you by ADT by TELUS. Well, music's biggest night is happening this weekend. This year, Billy Ray Cyrus nominated for a Grammy 3 times over for his work on the Lil Nas X song Old Town Road.
You just keep doing what you do and be real and authentic, and things tend to go in circles, you know, and if you live long enough, maybe you get to go in the circle again. I know for me, that's probably my last circle.
Grammys are Sunday in LA. Watch it on City TV. Business next.
680 News Time, 3:25.
It's an exciting new era in smart home security for homeowners and businesses across Canada. ADT is now ADT by TELUS. We're not just a new name. We're offering Canadians new lower pricing on smart security solutions to help automate and protect what's most important in your life. Say goodbye to the same old security options. Plans start from $25 a month with up to $1,000 in free equipment. Plus, sign up today and enjoy free monitoring for your first 3 months. Conditions apply. Visit ADT.ca for details.
All this search engine optimization stuff, you know, generating sales leads, blogging, it's so confusing. How did you do it?
I just Googled, and I found this company called TechWise. Then I checked their online reviews.
And?
Oh, they got tons of great reviews and a huge following on social media.
So?
Well, TechWise got our company to the top of page 1 after only a few months. And they've kept us there ever since.
That's the only review I need.
Taking your business to the top, TechWise.
680 News Time, 3:26.
Yeah, 680 Business Report. Richard Sutton.
How would you like this, James? Jack Astor. You know Jack Astor is the restaurant chain, right?
Yep.
They got a promotion now tied into Valentine's Day, and this is serious. For $1.99, you can get married in Jack Astor's.
Been there, done that.
That's you walking down the aisle of Jack Astor's, Jamie.
How much was it?
$1.99.
That's $1.99 too much.
This is true. They tack it onto your bill. You get decorations. You even get a wedding cake made out of poutine. 2 people actually did this last year. And again, this $1.99 promotion is back, running through February 16th. a wedding and some chicken wings at Jack Astor's. There you go. Companies, of course, rolling out all the stops for Valentine's Day promotions. Not sure about that one. Usually, if you wanted a cheesy wedding, you go to Vegas. And speaking of Vegas, they're getting a new slogan. You know, for years, visitors have come to know that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But now Sin City is getting an update to that slogan. It's going to be, what happens here stays here. It'll be what happens here only happens here, rather. That's the new slogan. What happens here only happens here. They're unveiling this new slogan during the Grammy Awards. There'll be a commercial airing, and the tourist board says the goal is to show people how Vegas has transformed itself into an entertainment center. So kind of not highlighting all the sin aspects of Sin City, but more so the entertainment aspects. We'll see if that continues to fly with travelers. Stocks not flying very high or low at all here this afternoon. The TSX is up just by 4 points, 17,604. The Dow's down 24, 29,162. S&P up 1, NASDAQ gained 17. Price for oil falling quite a bit for a second day. And this is tied to concerns about the coronavirus, crimping economic growth, crimping travel. Texas tea down $1.26, 55.48 the barrel. Gold's up 1,562 US dollars the ounce. Canadian dollar higher 76.19 cents US. Top stories of traffic and weather are next on 680 News.
It was a rainy day when Pizzaville decided to stone bake our pizzas the traditional way. That was over 50 years ago. Since then, the big pizza conglomerates started cooking their pizzas on conveyor belts, like you see at the airport. Now you can choose authentic Italian stone-baked pizza or pizza you could mistake for luggage.
Pizzaville stone-baked pizza. Fiercely Canadian. Authentically Italian.
Do you consider eating pineapple a tropical escape?
Sometimes.
Is your favorite beach a screensaver?
I go there every day.
Is the only baggage you own emotional?
But I've had it for years.
This is your Air Transat flight attendant, and I think you could use our vacation intervention promo.
Vacation?
Save up to $1,000 per couple on South packages by going to transat.com or call your local travel professional.
Air Transat. Vacation is calling.
Vancouver rain, a high of 11. Calgary clouds, a high of 6. Edmonton clear, 1. Winnipeg cloudy, -7. Halifax clouds, 3. Los Angeles clear, 24. Chicago snow showers, a high of 2. Orlando showers, 22. Miami showers, 24. New York City clouds, 22. And in downtown Toronto clouds and 2 degrees.
You don't like you have
the double
winter,
tones, 3:30.
No winter for you.
Number 1 for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Here are Split Jenna Tominzik and James Monroe.
Good afternoon. This is Thursday, the 23rd of January.
Here's what's making news right now.
A woman found dead in her home near Oakwood in St. Clair had been dead for quite some time before she was discovered Monday. Now a boy is facing a second-degree murder charge.
Up to 23
Another
days.
death reported as the new coronavirus outbreak continues to keep health officials on their toes. Several people here in Canada are also being tested for it.
The trailer for the new movie that chronicles
Yeah,
the
they've been
Rob
saying
Ford
that for a
scandal
while.
is
They
out.
didn't come
So
out
would
with
you
what
see
the they didn't say it was
will
negative
run this
yet.
town its theaters in March.
We think Pascal Siakam is going to be named an All-Star starter this evening, and Jake Muzzin will get some game action in this weekend. Sports at 45.
Half an hour left of the trading day. TSX tacking on a couple of points. Oil drops on coronavirus worry. Business at 56.
680 News Time, 3:31.
Traffic and weather together on the ones. Now here's Gary Pritzkis.
It doesn't make sense when crisis happens. People don't sell shit for the regular price. They raise the
problem
price.
on the eastbound 401 east of Kennedy in the Express. The right lane is blocked in the collectors. The left lane is closed. This is all for vehicle fire cleanup. And the eastbound 401, it's slow going from the 427 to the 400 Express and collectors. Then it starts to get backed up starting around Kiel. Alternately Express and collectors heavy to east of Kennedy. Once you hit that DVP, traffic is barely moving. If you're traveling the westbound westbound 401. We just got an update from MTO that the ramp to Thixon has reopened, so hopefully this is the precursor to that intersection fully reopening at Thixon and Consumers. So if you're there, you can update us and enter star 680 on your cell. Last we heard from traffic spotters, Thixon and Consumers was still shut down for that investigation. Westbound 401 across the city, you'll find it heavy from McAllen to Kennedy, express and collectors. After that, a delay from the Allen to Kiel. Just before Kiel and the collectors, we have the right lane blocked, and that's because of a collision. So the express lanes are a little bit better through that stretch. After that, though, delays from the 400 express and collectors over to Dixon, and then a slow go at westbound 401 from the 410 and the collectors to west of Mavis. Westbound on the QEW, west of the 427, the two right lanes are now blocked because of this stalled vehicle. You'll find it back up onto the westbound Gardner from about the Humber Bridge. Southbound 427 is all jammed up as well from approaching Dundas and the express to the QEW ramp. It's Hakim Optical's big winter sale. All Hakim designer frames and lenses start from only $50 each when you buy 2 pairs. Visit HakimOptical.ca today. And now with the forecast, here's Natasha Ramsa. Hi. All right, Carrie, tonight's not bad. Nice night for a walk, mainly cloudy, light winds, and evening temperature around 0 degrees, the overnight low, and your morning start temperature right around -2. It's going to feel like -6, but pretty balmy, I would say. 3 degrees on the way, well above seasonal. Mainly cloudy and dry during the day, but it's after about 7 p.m. or so, give or take an hour, we'll start getting into that rain. Expected to be heavy at times on Friday night. Overnight tonight, we're down to a low of -2 degrees. It is currently 2 degrees at Pearson.
680 News Time, 3:33.
We're learning more about a murder in the Oakwood and St. Clair area where the body of a woman was discovered inside her home on Monday.
680's Mark Douglas has been speaking with police and joins us live for the latest. Mark.
And James, we are getting more information from Toronto Police as the day goes on. A 54-year-old woman was found dead inside her home Monday night. The coroner called the death suspicious, and now a disturbing arrest has been made.
A boy has been arrested and charged with 1 count of second-degree murder.
Constable Jen Sadu says 54-year-old Julia Matthews had been dead for quite some time before she was discovered.
Something went wrong there.
The homicide is being counted as happening this year, not last year. Neighbors tell me Julia was one of the gang in this neighborhood.
They are in shock because they were very good people.
How many people live in the house?
I always saw the mother and the son.
Now, police cannot confirm if the son is the accused for fear of
They can't even
identifying
confirm if it is the son.
Police were called out to this address Monday night
That
for
woman
a
can, but
wellness
they
check
can't.
after getting some information from the public, but they're not saying much more about that. Reporting live near St. Clair and Oakwood, I'm Mark Douglas.
680 News Time, 3:34. We have an update now on the coronavirus. 1 more person has died after contracting the illness. 680 Stuart McGinn joins us live with the latest on that and what the World Health Organization is saying today.
China brings the death toll from the new coronavirus to 18. And according to Sky News, this latest death of an 80-year-old man is the first fatal case involving the outbreak outside of the Chinese province where this all began. But still, it's not enough to be labeled a global health crisis, just a dire situation for those in China right now. That's the word from the World Health Organization today as they continue to monitor this situation, saying it could worsen with 3 Chinese cities now under lockdown. We're now awaiting an update from Canada's medical officer of health, where several people in our country have been tested for the virus, but it's still with a calming tone from Canada's health minister that we heard earlier today. She was saying the chances of someone getting infected in this country still remain low. Reporting live, Stuart McGinn, 680 News.
680 News Time, 3:35. We're getting our first peek into what the movie that chronicles the crack scandal that surrounded Mayor Rob Ford will look like. The new trailer for Run This Town came out today. 680's Moma Crush. She's taking a closer look.
The movie is called Run This Town. It's based on journalists breaking the story of the crack scandal involving late Toronto Mayor Rob Ford in 2013. The teaser is short, only a minute and a half, and there really isn't much dialogue. Hello?
What were you looking for?
But we do get a quick glimpse at Damian Lewis's portrayal of Rob Ford. You may know
Oh,
Lewis
I don't
from the
know if I
show
can watch
Land and
that.
Billions. The film also stars Ben Platt and Canadians Nina Dobrev and Mina Massoud. Karan tells me the trailer has him hooked.
I don't know, the way they're writing all this stuff is making it look pretty dramatic.
They didn't write this shit, buddy. Are you not paying attention?
I mean, yeah, it's like really suspenseful.
The film is directed by Torontonian Ricky Tolman. It comes out in March. I'm Omen Qureshi.
680 News Time.
If he's from here, then he's already prepared to know. A lot of people from here ain't going to appreciate
approval
this.
For the new NAFTA, the Prime Minister is now calling on the House of Commons to quickly approve the new trade deal.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has already said the first order of business when the House resumes on Monday is starting the legislative process to ratify the new NAFTA. But both the NDP and Bloc Québécois have issued warnings they will not rubber stamp this trade deal, adding they want to see comprehensive, in-depth studies. The Prime Minister says he looks forward to debating the matter, but calls on Parliament to act quickly.
We need to make sure that we move resolutely and rapidly to put into reality this new NAFTA deal that is so good for Canadians.
The government House leader won't say if they may try to use time allocation to push it through, although that may be more difficult in a minority parliament. Trudeau made the remarks as he kickstarted the Liberal caucus meeting, where he told his MPs they need to work
Don't use that word. It's diverse.
Cormac makes 20, Parliament Hill.
680 News Time, 3:37. The New Democrats are set to put forward legislation to implement a national universal pharmacare program modeled after the Canada Health Act. The NDP House leader plans to table a private member's bill when Parliament resumes next week. The New Democrats and Liberals both promised some kind of pharmacare program during the fall federal election campaign, but differ on the details. The NDP leader says he's not seen the Liberals take any concrete steps to make a national drug plan a reality.
A single vehicle crash near Thixon and Champlain and Whitby has left a pedestrian in serious condition. An air ambulance was called in to take the person to a trauma center. Durham police say the chain reaction crash had the driver striking a pole, which then hit a pedestrian. The man who was hit by the falling pole has been taken to hospital. Thixon and Consumers is closed for the investigation.
This is All News Radio 680 News. York police are investigating a fire.
The car didn't hit the person.
Elementary school they believe was intentionally set. It happened yesterday morning at Fossil Hill Public. That's in the Major Mackenzie and Weston Road area. Once on the scene, investigators found a locker on the second floor of the school had been set on fire. School's closed today and will be closed tomorrow while they investigate. And they're asking anyone who may have witnessed something to come forward.
Traffic and weather together next.
680 News Time, 3:38.
Szechuan and Szechuan Express wish you Happy Chinese New Year. Bring in the year of the auspicious rat with all your favorite Chinese dishes.
Right. Fuck you,
beautiful restaurant in Vaughan Mills.
What a rack in so fucking year.
With Szechuan to go. Cater your next event in downtown Toronto with Szechuan Express.
I really don't want to go fucking deal with this. Well, I know later on I'm gonna need this video. But I know this is gonna blow up in my face.
On city streets, police at the scene of a crash on Lake Shore.
I know this is gonna blow up in my face.
In Whitby, the intersection
What's gonna happen to this guy?
has just reopened after an earlier.
Streets was brought to you by Cap.
This is fucking hilarious because every time I got something I need to say, the fucking video stops working. I'm supposed to keep jabbering like an idiot when the thing's not running it. Oh, wow. Now I'm getting the fucking not responding messages for no fucking reason. Don't wonder you dumb about this story. Jesus Christ, Richie, shut the fuck up. And that's what's going on here right now. So I'm gonna go handle this. But the thing is, I know in the end the fact that I'm doing this because my name will be attached to it. Whatever happens to this motherfucker, I'm gonna catch trouble for it. I'm gonna get blamed, and I'm gonna be the one that's sick. If I get sick from this fucking blood, the man spray in my face in front of police, they do nothing, right? The police were there, wasn't right in front of them, but they were there. That's why I don't usually deal with them. And people can talk shit all they want, say this is equal, free, fair society. It's been proven to me. The whole fucking thing's frozen. The fuck is this shit? Like, I don't care. It's free. I'm not complaining about not getting something I didn't pay for. It's just fucking hilarious that what I say or do in front of this camera determines whether the camera works or not. You understand? I'm not allowed to talk to you how to make money. Anytime you see a sharp object, the video fucking cuts out.